Let's talk about some Hindu mythology today, specifically about probably the most popular deity within the entire pantheon, Shiva. Shiva has a pretty misleading title as the god of destruction because that leads a lot of people to believe that he's a bad god when in fact he really isn't. Just because he's known as the god of destruction doesn't mean he's an evil deity. Just like humans, he has good and bad qualities. One story that shows how he has good qualities actually ties directly to his most prominent feature, his blue skin, and it explains why he has that. One day there were two groups of deities known as the Devas and the Asuruses, and they wanted to gain immortality because they just hadn't gotten that yet, so they went to the ocean of milk and started to churn it with a giant mountain with the help of the snake god Vasuki. Here's a picture if you're like me and just couldn't think of that in your head and how that would work. Here's the mountain, the giant Vasuki snake god tied around it, the Devas held onto his tail end, and the Asuras held onto his head end. So with this setup, they started churning the ocean of milk, but something unexpected came out of the ocean, that being a poisonous gas that started to infect everybody and nobody could get rid of it. Both groups knew that Shiva was the only one that could save them, so they frantically started praying to Shiva, and he eventually heard their prayers and came and saved them by inhaling all the gas, saving them from the poison. Now you might be thinking, okay, Shiva inhaled a lot of gas and that's why his skin is blue, big deal. No. That's not why his skin is blue. It's part of the reason, but not the full reason. See, Shiva went home that night after a long day of being a deity, and his wife Parvati heard the story of what happened and started to strangle him for being so stupid. And as Parvati was choking Shiva out, it stopped the poison in his neck and it seeped through to the rest of his body on the outside, turning his skin blue permanently. Now there are some versions of this story that say the poison only turned his neck blue and not his entire body like I just told you. It just depends on the version you read. Anyway, that's all I have for today about the god Shiva, so until next time, class is dismissed.